and welcome to Hong Kong, where there is an absolutely massive week in store. It is the second week in December, and that means it's Longines Hong Kong International Races on Sunday. Over the next 5 days, I'll be bringing you a diary of events building up to the big day on Sunday. It all starts here at Happy Valley, where tonight we have the International Jockeys Championship. Christophe Soumillon is the favourite to win it. Let's see how he gets on. The Jockeys Championship comprised 4 legs, and Kiwi rider James McDonald leaped into an early lead when winning the opening race on Spectator, trained by Peter Ho. Yuichi Fukunaga was in fine form, however, and he won the second leg on Ocean Wall, and from then on it was plain sailing for the Japanese jockey, who completed a double in the very next leg, partnering Tony Millard's Vara Pearl to a narrow victory. So with 1 leg still to go in this International Jockeys Championship, I can tell you that Yuichi Fukunaga from Japan has got it sewn up. He has won 2 legs, and that means he cannot be caught in the final one. Joe Moreira and the chasing pack are chasing in vain. It's been a really good evening here at Happy Valley. It's part of their Happy Wednesdays promotion. We've seen plenty of entertainment. Everyone here is having an absolutely great time. It's a very different sort of atmosphere to what we will experience at Sha Tin on Sunday. Ryan Moore won the last leg during what was to be a big week for the British former champion, but more on that later. The great thing about racing in Hong Kong is that there is no dress code, so casual is the order of the day. Well, in most cases.
Come as you are, as you were, as I want you.
The 4 Longines international races are the Cup, over 2,000 metres, the 2,400 metre Vase, the Mile and the 1,200 metre Sprint. This year they attracted 24 international raiders, who stepped out onto the track at around 8:45 each morning. It's day 2 here at Sha Tin. Of course, a huge part of Hong Kong International Races Week is coming to morning track work and seeing the horses put through their paces. This morning, we're expecting most of them to work on what they call the large all-weather track, which is this dirt surface here on the inside. And I'm interested to have a first look at Faraj, Roger Varian's runners, who will be sporting the colours of His Highness Sheikh Ahmed. We didn't see him yesterday, so looking forward to seeing what shape he's in today. Horse just coming around the bend is Red Caddo, winner of the Vase a few years ago for Ed Dunlop. He's just had a barn named after him at Werribee over in Australia. He looks absolutely great this week. First look at Faraj, who didn't come out yesterday. Now I hope in the race for Sheikh Ahmed. Look at Cirrus Tazeg just going through his paces this morning. He's never won here in Hong Kong. This is his 6th visit. Tom Hogan's Gordon Lord Byron was a leading contender for the sprint, and we caught up with the trainer to find out how things were going.
Hong Kong is always the plan. The hospitality here is wonderful. It's a brilliant racetrack, and we tend not to turn down polite invitations.
But it's a bit different this year because he's running in the sprint. Why have you decided to go that way and not go for the mile again?
Basically, there's a chance of winning the sprint. The mile is very strong this year, and a good chance we'll be placed in it, but it'll be quite difficult to win. So if we have luck in running and get a decent draw, we have a chance of winning the sprint. There's no Lord Canaloa in it this year, and that's just the way was the way we looked at it, But if you get a bad draw here in the sprint, we might as well be back home in Tipperary.
That leads us nicely on to the draw, which took place shortly afterwards in Sha Tin's spectacular parade ring. Luckily, there were few horror stories for any of the international contingent, and we grabbed a quick word with David Simcock, who had Tradestorm geared up for the mile. Pretty happy, I think, with draw number 5 for Tradestorm.
Yeah, no, that suits us. Listen, we won't change anything. It'll be sort of same old tactics. We'll slot in. We won't necessarily sit last, and hopefully just find a nice horse to follow.
He looked great this morning. Has he done much since he's been here?
Not a great deal. We don't tend to when he travels. He'll have a little blow tomorrow, but he looks in good shape, and he takes his travelling so well. Everything's gone well, and no, happy with him.
Back to track work, where we were particularly taken with little Soul Power, who was aiming to improve on last year's sprint second for trainer Ed Lynham. Your fellow comes here in the form of his life after the summer he's had back at home.
Yeah, he did a great summer. Didn't do so well in Longchamp the last day, but was similar the year before. We've just tried to freshen him up as best we can. And if he produces the run he had here last year, he should be there or thereabouts.
And since he's been here in Hong Kong, is he showing you all the right signs?
Yeah, probably lost a bit more weight. This is the first year we had to travel him with travelling grooms. We weren't able to bring our own grooms with him, and probably lost a little bit more weight than usual. But other than that, he seems fine, and we don't plan to do too much with him here, just keep him ticking over. He's been on the go quite a long time, and I think less is more with him. So hopefully run a big race Sunday, have a little break, and then off to Dubai.
Friday evening saw race sponsors Longines hold a spectacular gala dinner, held in honour of Ryan Moore, who was crowned the inaugural winner of the Longines World's Best Jockey Award.
The IFHA and Longines are proud to have the Longines World's Best Jockey Award this year, Ryan Moore being the first recipient, and we're quite proud to honour the elite athletes that take our great horses to the highest echelon in the sport.
How did they decide on Ryan? I mean, it's obvious because he's had such a great year, but it's still kind of been an easy decision.
Well, the awarding of the Longines World's Best Jockey is based upon a performance in the world's top 100 group and Grade 1 races, and Ryan won 5 of those races during the season, placed and was third, and actually had the highest point total, so it was quite easy once that was decided.
And last year they awarded awards to the world's best horse. That's actually going to happen later on. That will happen next year.
Yes, that ceremony will be actually 20th of January next year in London. We're quite excited then to reveal the world's best racehorses at that time.
Looking slightly embarrassed, Mr. Moore himself was there to accept the trophy. And afterwards he spent half an hour talking to the press, which included us. Ryan, congratulations. Can you name a highlight of 2014?
Not really. It's all the races are important, and Dubai was great at the start of the year, and we had a good time in the summer with Ascot and France. Plenty of good horses to ride at home, and obviously end up in Australia. It was a good year.
I'm sure we'll see you in Dubai for World Cup night. Any plans to ride at the carnival?
Not at the moment. There's just depends on what horses come along, and if the right ones come along, then hopefully we'll be over there at some point.
With the horses largely putting their hooves up on the day before the race, we took the opportunity of setting sail. Lammer Island's Rainbow Restaurant was the location for the annual Handicappers' Lunch, and we caught up with Steve Lynn to find out more. So, Steve, tell me what you're doing here. You're part of this big international handicappers delegation. It's quite a busy week, I think.
Yes, it has. I'm from Canada, and I'm representing Canada and North America with the world ranking handicappers, and we're here deliberating the top horses of the world.
Which I imagine this year will feature just away. Trev, I know you can't give away the top ones, but there must be a lot of good horses to talk about.
Yes, there's a lot of good horses. We had a bunch of horses over 120. Canada doesn't have so much, but Japan has some high-ranking horses, and England and the rest of the world. So yeah, there's some nice horses to talk about.
And I know the other day you were deliberating for something like 10 hours. Does it get quite heated at times?
Sometimes it does. I think everyone thinks their horses should have a certain number, and if that doesn't happen, yeah, we can get a little heated with each other.
On to race day, and a huge crowd of 74,000 people packed into a sunny Sha Tin for the culmination of the year, flat racing wise anyway. Good afternoon and welcome to Sha Tin. It's the biggest day of the year in Hong Kong racing terms. It is the self-titled Turf World Championships, the Longines Hong Kong International Races. We've got 4 events that take on the international status today, and they begin at 2 p.m. with the Vase. Flincher for Prince Khaled Abdullah is the favourite for that. We then move on to the Speedsters and the Sprint before moving on to the Mile and the big one itself, the Cup. A little bit of news that's come in overnight. Sadly, we've lost one of the main contenders from the Mile, Ambitious Dragon, who's had a few sort of lameness niggles all week. He has come out of the race, and a scare also for supporters of Cirrus de Zeg, who was found to be a little bit lame last night, but he has passed the vet this morning, and we expect him to line up in the Cup for France. They're big into their racing here, so much so that they dress up as horses and queue up to buy horse-related gifts. You don't see that many places. Onto the action, and the 2400 metre Vase was the first of the big ones, which saw Flincher line up as favourite for Maxime Guillon and André Fabre. He didn't let the side down, defying a pedestrian early pace and coming home well on top of runner-up Willie Casals.
HKIR keeps battling away, but Flincher and Willie Casals, and Flincher takes out the Vase.
He went very, very good. Last time in the Breeders' Cup he went very good, but the track is a little bit too short for him. And today the track is very good. Everything is perfect for him.
On to the Sprint, which had attracted a top-class lineup of international speedsters. Aero Velocity was made favourite by the Hong Kong public, and jockey Zach Purton kept it simple, leading from the off and bringing Paul O'Sullivan's Charge home ahead of the 3-year-old Peniophobia.
Aero keeps kicking, and Zach Purton takes out the Sprint on Aero Velocity.
Next up, the Mile, which saw Abel Friend receive the overwhelming support of the crowd. The 5-year-old is smart, very smart if this is anything to go by, and he left a top-class field trailing in his wake, scooting away for Joe Moreira and John Moore, despite having looked briefly in trouble at the top of the straight.
Away he goes. Abel Friend from last has put pay to them quickly. Gold Fund resiliently battling on for second, but Abel Friend bolts up for Joe Moreira.
The good news for us is that Abel Friend is being considered for a tilt at the Dubai Duty Free. We've had 3 of the 4 international races so far, and I don't think I can think of a better performance in the world this year than Abel Friend just produced, absolutely destroying his rivals in the Mile. Definitely the highlight of the day so far. The big one is up next though. It is the Longines Hong Kong Cup, the official feature, and the favourite is Designs on Rome for John Moore and Joe Moreira. Can they do it again? The answer was yes, but only just. Designs on Rome needing every inch to get up and deny military attack right on the line.
That military attack descending on the scene. Designs on Rome the outside. He's in for the fight. Wow, they hit the line and Designs on Rome beat him.
There is no much of him, but there is a big engine, and we don't have to talk much about his heart. It must be as big as him.
You've ridden him his last couple. You've learned a bit. Today we saw you get going a fair way from home.
Well, you know, I just done what I should do on him. That's the way how he likes to be ready, and I just discomplicated. Done what Tommy Berry has done on him on his wins last season, and he just gave me a great kick today, and he just got there. Actually, I didn't think I won once we crossed the line, but he's just an amazing horse. Once again, he proved himself, and looking forward to his next race because I know he'll be very much competitive.
It's been a great day here at Sha Tin, but in the end it all belonged to the M's. Moore and Moreira won the 2 biggest races on the card, the Mile, and he just got there on Designs on Rome in our big finale, the Longines Hong Kong Cup. That's it for the Global Racing Tour of 2014. The next stop, of course, is Dubai in March.